Richland County foes meet tonight under the lights on a soggy Mehock Field where visiting Shelby, having an impressive first season as a varsity program, meets Mansfield Senior looking to make it 2 straight wins here at home on senior night. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the fabulous campus here at Malabar. My name is Brian Skowronski, joined by Travis Berardi, and we're looking at two extremely young teams, Travis, one with a new coach and a new culture in the Lady Tygers, the other a brand new program, basically in their first season. It's their second in existence, but the first time playing a varsity schedule and having some early success.
Yeah, the Shelby Lady Whippets really surprising people in the MOAC. They are 2-1-1, have a win against Marion Harding, a win against Galleon. They tied Marion Pleasant. So, extremely impressed at what this squad has been able to do in their first varsity season. They played a JV schedule against some varsity squads. Coach Swisher said before the game tonight that their first ever match last year was against Pleasant, and they lost 11-0. And then they come back, they had chances to win, but they tied them 1-1. So huge improvement from year one to year two, and they're already competitive in the conference. Now for Mansfield Senior, they've had a squad for a long time, but head coach Myron Gregory in his first year, he coaches down at the Columbus Crew Academy, so he has experience in soccer. He wants to change the mentality of this squad. He doesn't want them to be the bottom feeders in the OCC anymore. And in his first year, he was only hired 3 weeks before the season due to COVID and everything. So that was tough. But he's already implemented an offense. He's already implemented a mindset for the squad that has already shown to other OCC squads. He said he had Coach Huff at Madison, coach down at Mount Vernon, already coming up, even Ashland coming up to him and saying, hey, this is the best Mansfield Senior squad we've seen in years. You're really impressing us with this. And it's good to see Mansfield Senior starting to make those steps to get towards, at least towards the middle of the OCC instead of at the bottom.
And I think probably what's most exciting for them is the fact that the bulk majority of the roster is freshmen. When you look up and
Both
down,
sides, yeah.
It's ninth grader after ninth grader from Mansfield Seniors. Just a one senior on the roster, that being Zoe Reap, who's going to be honored here tonight. It is senior night.
Senior night.
So that will be exciting. And then over on the Shelby side again, look at all these youngsters that are getting into the lineup. Most of the roster comprised of freshmen and sophomores, and then just one junior, couple seniors, and that's it.
Yeah, and those two. It's a cool thing. Mansfield Seniors actually going to honor the two Shelby seniors as well. But the Lady Whippets, they're led by freshman Arizona Grazil. 10 goals already this season on a squad that's starting 5 freshmen, and the way they're competing already. This could be a Shelby team that not this year, maybe not next year, but in a couple years could be competing with the likes of Clear Fork, maybe up there with Ontario.
Yeah, I definitely like what we heard from Coach in the pregame, talking to him for a few minutes tonight. And, what's really exciting, I think, for them is the fact that they come out of the gates, dude, and they were just getting throttled. And they were like, man, welcome to the varsity level. 0-7 result, their first match against Mount Vernon. Then they come home, get blown out by Crestview, Ontario, St. Peter's. Finally, they get the tie in that result against Pleasant. And I think they turn the corner after that, Travis, because you look at the schedule from that point forward, 3 wins, just 1 loss, and that loss coming against a pretty decent Loudonville team. So I think Shelby has gained a lot of confidence over about the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they're looking to, keep putting that into motion here tonight. And this is also exciting. It's going to be their first ever night game in the history of the program.
Cool. It's pretty cool to be able to broadcast their first ever night game in school history, franchise history. Something to watch for tonight. Both back ends of each squad, both sets of defenders, freshmen coming into this one. So will that lead to a high-scoring game, or will it, because of their experience this year, would it lead to a low-scoring game? It's going to be interesting to see these two teams that are still learning how they'll clash against each other.
Yeah, you certainly expect to see a lot of mistakes, at least from both defensive units here tonight. Will that lead to lots of goals? I mean, that would be the anticipation, and maybe with the soggy conditions too, it's going to be tough for both of these keepers in the match.
Yeah, what happened with the weather? It was beautiful for the last 10 days, and then as we're setting up, it feels like tornadoes are coming through, and it's pouring rain, it's cold. I don't like this, Brian. I like the warm weather. But going back to the defensive side for a second, Coach Gregory, his goal for his squad is to start his offense from his defenders. But right now he said most of them play club ball where it's kickball. So they get the ball at their feet. They see somebody coming in, instead of starting to make maybe a move or something like that, they just try and kick it forward. And what he wants to do is maybe have the defenders kick it back to them and set that offense up to get to your midfielders, to get to your forwards, and it's a work in progress for him.
Yeah, you always hear soccer coaches say, find feet, find feet. Don't just boot it forward unless you have a special player with a lot of talent, lots of speed, that you can just send it outright and have them go out and try to make a play. So Shelby was just announced. Let's go ahead and check out their starting lineup here for tonight. As we mentioned, an incredible season so far for the freshman Arizona Brazil. Brooklyn Gwirtz also having a fine year. Already 5 goals for her, 4 assists. Leading the team in assists is Mary Wilkins. And then Adriana Albert would be another player to keep an eye on in terms of the offensive output, as you see the rest of the lineup there. So,
and you just mentioned a freshman and 2 sophomores there.
Yeah.
So it's not like this team is led by the 2 seniors that have maybe played for a while. It's 2 sophomores and a freshman that started with this squad, and they're still building. So they could be some pretty good scores in the MOAC in the next couple of years if they can continue what they're doing this year.
And I think looking at what Shelby's done, the most recent team in history that's tried this to build a program basically from the mud would be the Galleon Tygers. And you see, I mean, it's been a struggle for them over the first few years just to get it started, because you're trying to take kids that have never maybe necessarily played at the high school level and, hey, come out here, give it a try. So the fact that they have these young kids and they're getting the start with some of the best players being freshmen and sophomores, I think is great.
We're going to take a break and just honor America with the national anthem.
Defend those freedoms daily. We ask everyone now to please stand, remove your caps, and join in the singing of our national anthem.
So we have honored America, and we are ready for some lady soccer action here at the Mehock Field, legendary venue in the Mansfield area.
Some of the great track stars on the track right behind us. And we had a pretty good soccer match be played on this field last fall between Lexington and Madison in a district championship.
Yeah, I'd argue that that's about the best soccer match that I've ever covered, just in terms of the ups and downs and the fact that both teams, they wanted it so bad. 2 of the most talented teams of all time in their program history. It turned out to be the best in Lexington history.
And it boosted them to a state semifinal appearance and nearly a state championship appearance.
And right away, here comes Mansfield and Brooklyn Foltz trying to bring it in, already crashing into the 18. Didn't get much on that one with the left foot. But the Tigers, just 10 seconds in, I mean, they put it into the hands of the keeper.
And that's what Coach Greger was telling us before the game. They want to strike early and then focus more on the defense after. They want to hold on to that lead. And Mansfield Senior applying the pressure already, trying to get that first punch in.
Here's Gwirtz, draws a double team. Lays it back for Gerber. Whistle.
It was off of Mary Wilkins. And it looks like the Lady Tigers going to get a free kick here.
Ariel Morrell setting up to take the kick. Tigers keeping 3 defenders back as Merrill strikes.
I'd take a guess and say she's the sister of one Roger Merrill, wide receiver for the Tigers last year, went to the state championship.
Don't have verification on that, but, you know,
Just taking a guess.
could be, could be. Shelby's first opportunity with the ball, and it's Adriana Albert down the far sideline. Had to just punch it out. And now the Tigers, and you were talking about how Coach said, hey, we really want to get away from kickball. We've already seen just in the limited, 2 minutes here of the action that they've tried that a couple of times, just boot it forward and kind of see what happens. And we'll see if that gets cleaned up here throughout the duration of the game.
There's Brooklyn Wirtz for the Lady Whippets down there. Gets it deflected out of bounds, but the Lady Whippets will have a throw in here. So the rain's still falling on Mehock. Hopefully, it looks like it's going to clear up here shortly. The first actually major rain we've had in a couple weeks.
Off the cross, that one disrupted by the Tiger back line and Gerber. And now this time, Foltz will clear. Gortz down in the corner, looking for options.
She has some time to cross it.
Yeah, plenty of space. Mansfield not pressuring out there.
Nice job by the TY Tigers defense there. The really collapsed down on the.
And how about Brooklyn Foltz carrying so far in the first couple of minutes? She's been the player for Mansfield, kind of been all over it. And I think she's playing the forward position. She's back there defending, clearing out the ball for the Tigers.
Shelby, another chance here to cross.
Yeah, Albert sets it up for Arizona. Now the freshman lays it off. That one sent way up into the sky.
And you have to think the weather has to do something with that. When the ball's a little slick, the ground's slick, maybe she slipped as she was going for that kick.
Yeah, definitely tough conditions. When we were out here setting up about an hour and a half ago, I mean, it was raining about as hard as it possibly can.
I almost got blown away with our tent. And I'm not that small of a guy either, so that was some pretty strong winds.
So Foltz again. Not sure if that was really a shot attempt. I think she was trying to squeeze it through a little through ball to Merrill. In the battle at the midfield, possession won by the Lady Whippets. And here comes Gwirtz, sending it out wide to Albert. Tigers send it out of play. That was Michaela Gibson with the defensive play. Off the cross.
First
Dangerous.
shot.
Oh, and that
hit
hits the post. The shot by Mary Wilkins.
Shelby shot on goal by number
So the
4,
first shot of the match by Shelby, and just inches away from putting them out in front.
Oh, we have a breakaway here.
Here comes Morrell. Looks to bring it back to her right foot.
Nobody
She
to
crossed
cross
it.
it.
Yeah, didn't have any teammates available that time. Tigers maintain possession, and here's Gerber. She lays it back for Foltz. Foltz through the middle. And now the shot from distance. That's Duncan, and easily handled by the keeper. Actually, that was Michaela Gibson with the shot attempt.
Gibson with the shot on goal for the Lady Tigers. Saved by Alyssa Neal.
Yeah, there wasn't much traffic in front of the goalie there. Just an easy ball. She's able to corral that up and clear it away.
Here is the senior Zoe Reap. Mismeasured that pass. So a throw-in coming up for the Whippets in their own end of the field.
Just over 5 minutes gone by here in this match. Both teams with some chances early. Unable to capitalize, however.
And how about the Lady Tigers getting off the schneid over the weekend? A 1-0 winner at Clyde, and they felt like it shouldn't have even been that close. They thought they should have won 5 or 6-0.
I love the confidence in that, too. Even as your first win, no, we should have won more, 5 more.
He actually asked Coach, he was like, man, it should have been 5-6-0. I was like, oh, so what was the score? Like 4-0? Nah, it was 1-0, but we had a lot of chances.
But you know what? How often can you hear that from a Mansfield senior squad, especially in the past couple years? We had the chance to blow them out. It's just we couldn't capitalize, but we still won. And that's something that I think, with Coach Gregory and the philosophy he has, we might be hearing a lot more in the coming years.
Yeah, we certainly be rooting for the Tygers and their new regime.
It's just cool that you have a coach from the Columbus Crew, the academy. So he brings the philosophy that the MLS team of Ohio, and I'm not even counting Cincinnati yet because they're new, but the Columbus Crew,
And Tiger boys also won their first game of the season last week.
beat
So
Massillon, Washington.
yeah, things starting to turn around a little bit for the TY Tigers and their soccer programs as we get closer and closer to tournament time.
Perfect time too with us doing these live streams now. Get a little bit more of the TY Tigers on your computer TV screen.
Yeah, excited to be contracting with the school to be bringing you guys live streams for all the Tigers athletics.
I'm looking forward to basketball season.
Yeah, we'll be doing every
Sykes.
single home game for the boys and the ladies, so lots of TY on the way here on the OH Report.
They were a young squad last year, but at the end of the year, you want to talk about that Upper Sandusky game?
I don't think they want to talk about that around here.
But you know what?
Been trying to forget.
Play with a chip on your shoulder about that. Get back to that spot and, maybe get further, but I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I know that Tigers basketball boys also got in some transfers, and they're pretty excited about the team. I know that much.
They have a great coach in Marquise Sykes.
One of my favorite in the area. His philosophy, second to
all,
none.
All the coaches at Mansfield Senior. Shoki Bradley, Coach Sykes, Coach Gregory. Just talk to him. Really like him. You get the right coaches in there, you can get the winning will follow them.
Yeah, it makes all the difference.
Shelby with the throw-in.
Throw-in by Adriana Elbert.
Coach Swisher as well for Shelby.
I was about to say they picked the right person to start this team.
Definitely dedicated, and you could see the genuine excitement in his face. Like, man, we've actually been playing some really good soccer after we were getting crushed early on.
I'm extremely impressed with the way they've been playing too. They get the free kick right into the defense, but just the way that most teams, you see with Galleon, it took them a couple years to really start going, but it took 1 year of a JV squad playing a varsity schedule and then get into it for your first year, and you're already pulling off wins. You're above 500. You're third place in the MOACs. That shot, what a save.
Yeah, skying up to make the stop there, Gabby Hamilton-Johnson. And that was Grazel. Look at this placement, Trav, off the free kick.
Give it another couple inches and that just over her hands, but she jumped at the perfect time, got the ball at her highest point, able to knock it down and corral it, and keeps this one scoreless early on.
Throw in by Mary Wilkins.
So you've seen a couple scoring chances for the Lady Tigers, but it's mostly been the Lady Whippets. And as I say that, Mansfield Senior gets the ball back. But
and I think so far the standout of the match has to be Brooklyn Foltz. She's shown the best foot skills. She definitely also, she's got the right mentality out there as well, and the hustle. So we'll see if she gets gassed out here early and has to come over and take some breaks.
And it's exciting. She's only a junior too, so to see her develop the rest of this season and then still have a shot next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember you must wear masks in the crowd.
So the Lady Tigers win it in the midfield, looking to press forward.
The nose, mouth, and chin.
Got a 3-on-4 here.
Anybody who does not follow these rules is subject to dismissal.
Tries to cross again.
Yeah, I think that actually was a shot attempt. Easy play there for the keeper.
Fourth shot for the Lady Tigers.
Mansfield Senior shot on goal, saved by Alyssa Neal.
So Alyssa Neal really hasn't been challenged as of yet with a legit scoring attempt.
Although there's one.
Foltz got some pretty good velocity on that one, but again, she handles.
Watch the replay. Just she got some curve on that. Was able to get it past the defender. I believe that was Kelsey Snyder back there for the Lady Whippets. She was able to bend it by her and Neal, though, able to get in front of it for the
Yeah, I
save.
think that's the right play, though, specifically with the weather conditions that we have. With that wet, sloppy ball, it can take a funny hop. Certainly the goalkeeper's gloves are going to be wet,
slip,
too.
Yeah.
So if you can get a shot from anywhere within about 25 yards, I'm all game for it, especially if you can get the type of sting on it that she just got on that last shot.
That would, I think, be the only place where Coach Gregory would like to see them play kickballs inside the box. Just start peppering the goalie with shots right as you get in there. You never know what will happen, as it looks like the rain has finally stopped. Knock on wood.
Yeah, and funny that you say that because there was about 4 fans in the stands right at the start of the action, and now that the rain has subsided, you see everyone coming out of the woodwork, out of their vehicles, and are now starting to pack in here. So a pretty decent fan base here on board for our action.
I love this facility. I mean, the pitch it's well groomed. It's a nice place. I mean, they got to show it off last year for the district final, but this is a really nice place for a soccer match. And you see both Tiger squads, they start picking up some wins. You'll see a lot of people coming out here to watch some soccer.
Grazel out wide, and
nice
that's
ball.
Wilkins with the ball, and they've got a goal. So the Shelby Whippets strike first at the 28-10 mark. Mary Wilkins from outside.
She booted that one. Just gets inside the box, and I mean, you got to be about 7 foot tall to try and stop that. That was a perfectly placed ball just under the crossbar.
And Gabby Hamilton Johnson is just the right place, right over her head. Wasn't able to do anything with it.
Tygers quickly out, looking to equalize. Nice cross. Oh, just ahead.
Fultz was looking to hook up with Merrill.
Lady Whippets with 5 in the box right now defensively. But Mansfield Senior still with a chance here.
Merrill sends it.
Oh, got a shot.
Gets by.
Got it.
She's got a goal. So that is the equalizer. And it didn't take long for TY to answer the bell.
That was some impressive offensive play there. Lady Whippets had 5 back in that box. And Merrill she just weaved her way through 4 defenders and poked it in. That was some impressive soccer right there.
And also making the keeper pay a little bit. Neil took a shot there at the end of it as she just got bulldozed. So give her something to think about as the night goes along. So the Tigers respond right away immediately after Wilkins put the Lady Whippets on top.
And that's a good job by Coach Gregory's squad, because you never know, Shelby might change their philosophy up a little bit, start sitting on it maybe with a 1-goal lead, but TY Tigers equalize quick and really reset this one.
Here comes Albert. Got a little bit of space. Give and go, and Sophia Neese here with the ball. Send it back out wide. And Albert looking to turn the corner. But going down to her knees and making the stop was Hamilton Johnson.
Shelby shot on goal by Adriana Albert.
A lot of shots early on. That's the 11th total. Mansfield Senior with 6, Shelby with 5. And we're under 15 minutes gone by here in the first half.
And we thought with, as young as both of these defensive units are, and I mean just really everywhere on the field for Mansfield, they're young. And pretty much you could say the same thing for Shelby, but specifically, a lot of inexperience on the back line. So kind of thought that we might see this type of game.
Yeah. A lot of action early on, and it's probably going to remain that way throughout. And with this Whippets squad, Coach Swisher saying that they're still technically a club squad, but they are in the MOAC, and this will be their first year playing in the UHSAA soccer tournament as well.
And another shot and another goal. So the Lady Whippets go right back on top. Heck of a shot right there. Let's check this out one more time. As you see, just a whole bundle of Shelby players.
I believe that was Gwertz.
And then Brooklyn Gwertz puts it away.
That's a Shelby Lady Whippet goal scored by number 8 for sophomore Brooklyn Gwertz. Making the score,
so just
Shelby
like
2,
that,
Mansfield Senior 1.
The Lady Whippets back on top. let's see if Mansfield Senior with possession can equalize it again.
Yeah, so Lady Tigers only took about 40 seconds in between their goal after Wilkins made it 1-0. And then less than 2 minutes later, Gwertz responding. So we've got a flurry of offensive action going down right now.
Lady Whippet's looking to add on here. Nice reversal, though.
Now Nice.
Mansfield Senior unable to clear that out.
Tigers trying to get out of their end, and now they will. The shot down in the near side.
Destiny Detillion kicking it back in.
And now here comes Merrill. She's going to push it out wide to Duncan.
4-on-3 in favor of Shelby, but Mansfield Senior still able to advance it. As the rain begins to fall once again.
Shelby back on the counter attack. Look at Quartz. So much speed, she just blew right by Wilkins. Yeah. Now comes back, sets it up. Here is Mary. Attacking, and her shot sent out wide.
Yeah, those. Watch the replay here.
Shelby shot taken by Mary Wilkins.
That was Michaela Gibson for the TY Tigers, just flicking it out of bounds instead of allowing the Lady Whippet to get the shot off. So now Shelby with the first corner kick of the night.
And you look at all the Tigers packed inside the box. Everybody comes rushing in now for the Lady Whippets. That's a dangerous ball as it's loose. And the Tigers avoid a bullet there.
I think there was 10 Tiger defenders in there.
And now misplayed by Hamilton Johnson, but able to collect it.
Gabby Hamilton Johnson will kick the ball.
Yeah, the only player not in the box there for Mansfield was Ariana Merrill. They packed that thing for that
I have
corner.
not seen that before, but hey, it works.
Now Foltz looking to work it through the middle.
That's something Coach Gregory was talking before the game. They need to practice getting it to each other's feet more in those passes.
Brooklyn's got Gerber, but taken away from her. Here comes Shelby.
It's Mary Wilkins.
She gets cut off by Merrill. And you can tell footing out there obviously problematic on both sides.
Especially this being the first rain we've had in weeks. I know both coaches were telling us that this is the first time they've had to face the elements this season.
Yeah, we've really had a beautiful fall, and in particular the last several days as Duncan unleashes one from out wide.
Except for that first week of football, we've had pretty much nice weather for our broadcast, our live cast streams.
Yeah, we've definitely been very fortunate so far. But it is a long season, and boy, it's going to be a long postseason beginning here in about a week and a half. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Soccer tournament draw coming up pretty soon as well.
And I believe we will be finding out the football brackets here in the upcoming week.
Get a quick substitution for the Lady Whippets. And those are going to be few and far between tonight for the TY Tigers with just 13 players on the roster. So you know that these girls out here, hopefully their cardio game is way up because the bulk majority of them are going to go the full 80 strong.
Yeah, we saw that, I believe, the Bucyrus Soccer Club on Saturday morning. They
just had 11.
They had 11. They had to play the whole time. So, you know, they're going to get a workout in this season. It'll help build them for the next, for the upcoming seasons. But, man, I don't know if I could be able to do that at my age now, Brian.
Here's Gerber. Twist one, running out. The keeper misplayed it, and she grabbed
Got it!
the defender. It didn't matter. Brooklyn Folt still makes them pay.
That's a goal!
And that's a hell of an effort there by Brooklyn Folt, because the keeper kind of cheated there, grabbed her a little bit, and watch this. Pulled her hair, I think, even, Travis. And then she unleashes a little bit of that fury, puts it into the back of the net, and we're all square at 2 apiece.
Whew.
That goal comes at 20 minutes and 37 seconds of the first
See
half.
it
Actually, it
again.
wasn't the hair, at least. It pulled the back of her jersey.
That'd be a horse collar in football, but still.
Making
The
score,
mindset to
Mansfield
still
Senior
be
2,
composed
Shelby
and go
2.
for that ball, put it past the defender. We're knotted up again, Ski.
So both sides trading goals back and forth, and all of them coming in the last 8 minutes. So if history were to repeat itself, looks like it's Shelby's turn.
And you're talking about the brackets for football. We should actually know when the brackets are on Thursday, October 1st. They should be announced, so stay tuned for those brackets. We'll have them for you. We'll release them on the OH
Number
report.
4,
But
Alexia Gerber will
soccer,
throw the ball
we
in.
have some quality soccer to be played in the tournament as well, with the likes of Ashland, Madison, Ontario, Crestview, Mansfield Christian. It's gonna be a fun fall tournament season.
Yeah, and with Shelby getting into the tournament for the first time, you know, that'll be cool for them to get that experience. First time in program history.
Just midway through the first half here. Match tied at 2.
Albert carrying left wing.
You know what? This isn't just a rain, though. It's a blowing rain. Temperatures dropped a good 15 degrees in the last couple hours. That's tough to play in.
Yeah, it certainly it makes it tough on both sides, and I think probably the position that's impacted the most has to be the keeper. I mean, with that swirling wind, you know, shots from out wide, it can move the ball, you know, a full 6 inches to a foot sometimes. And just the wet factor, of course, too.
And they're standing. They're not moving like everybody else out on the pitch. They're, for most of the time, they're just standing in one position, so they feel that more than everybody else. I won't be surprised to see them jumping up and down, trying to stay warm while the ball's on the other end.
It's a Lady Whippet throw.
By number 2, Sophia Neese.
Tigers defense does well just to poke it away that time from Gwartz. Who's going to throw it in here for Shelby? She's got options.
Brooklyn Gwartz throws the ball in.
And
Well,
she's
nice
got it
move.
into Mary Mayer, one of the 3 seniors playing in tonight's match on senior night. Yes, that one rolls over the end line, and a goal kick coming up for TY.
So 7 shots on goal for the TY Tigers compared to, or 8 by the Tigers compared to 6 by
Mansfield
Shelby.
Senior goal kick will be taken by Gabby Hamilton Johnson.
2-2 your score.
And the wind actually blowing so hard.
Our tent is actually on the pitch.
A tent is on the field.
The tent is out on the field. And they will stop. Nope, they won't stop the clock. Our boys, G-Man and Storm, jumped out there quickly and got the tent back.
So play, hopefully not disrupted. Looks like our tent might be destroyed, but such is life.
Number
Such as
13, Molly
Such as
Hall
broadcasting
will
in
throw the
a storm. It's might send that video into America's Funniest Home Videos. Might get a chance at $25,000, Brian.
Oh, they still doing that show?
Yes, they do.
Man,
I think it's the guy who plays Carlton on Fresh Prince is hosting it now.
that is
ball in.
unbelievable.
Alexia Gerber will
So
throw
went
the
from
ball in.
Full House
Yes,
host
Danny
to Fresh
Tanner,
Prince.
yeah.
How about that? Fantastic.
When you and I were growing up, that was popular on ABC. But yeah, they're
Absolutely.
still doing it.
Oh, my family would crowd around the TV. We'd wait for that on like Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. That was always circled
They're
on the
still
calendar.
technically doing TGIF on ABC.
That's great.
Yeah, good times. And I know our camera guys are having some good times out there on the pitch too.
So Wilkins deflected it off the defender. That's going to set up the second corner of the evening here for the Lady Whippets. Again, playing in their first ever night match.
At the 24-minute mark here of the first half.
Mary sends near post.
And they'll get another chance.
And it was Brooklyn Foltz there disrupting it. The most active player, I think, out on the field so far this evening.
She's been played every position pretty much.
And you're right. Mansfield packs 10 ladies inside the box, and even backtracking now is Ariana Merrill.
And somehow she still found the only whippet in the front by the post.
That being Sophia Neese. As Foltz sends it out wide. And taken away from Wilkins here is Duncan. Neese off the cross.
Oh, nearly gets the pass.
Yeah, just missed Brianna Neal, who was charging towards net.
That'll be a goal kick.
Man, that was close. And, if Neal would have just kept it in stride, she kind of stopped there momentarily. Could have deflected that into the net, perhaps. Instead, it's a goal kick for the Lady Tygers.
And cleared out towards midfield. Now the TY Tigers with a shot. As the rain continues to fall here at Mehock.
Now the Whippets looking to move it through the midfield. And they've got something developing on the counterattack.
Just kicked out of bounds.
It's Brennan Mills doing well. Just to smack that thing out of a dangerous scenario for them.
TY Tigers able to reset their defense here. So come up about 14 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Mary Wilkins will take the corner kick for the Lady Whippets.
So third quarter coming up for Shelby. Wilkins going to handle the duties. And again, doesn't get much behind it.
I think the wind's playing a little bit of a factor on those corners as well. It's blowing it towards the center of the pitch.
Tigers again content just to poke it out of bounds and put it back into a throw-in for the Whippets. It's going to be Neese this time.
Sophia Neese throws the ball in.
She knows a thing or two about trying to find offensive players with passes. Fantastic basketball player for the Lady Whippets.
As they came oh so close to a district final last year. Fell to eventual district champion Willard, who ended up regional runners-up.
Yeah, and they should be loaded again this year, should Shelby. And actually, I hung out a little bit with their head coach, Natalie Lance, yesterday at a basketball event. She should be doing some commentary for us for girls basketball this year, so that's exciting. And man, I'm already looking forward to basketball. It's definitely my favorite sport to cover here in the area. We got some great teams, some incredible programs, and I think the thing that I like most is that it's indoors. You don't have to worry about this rain and this wind and these crazy elements.
Yeah, we'll have the TY Tigers. We'll have, the Shelby Whippets, both sides. We'll be doing Ontario, Coach Joe Baylog approaching 600.
Yeah.
Which will be big. Like I said, Mansfield Senior, Coach Sykes' team's going to be fun to watch. Upper Sandusky.
Yep.
We'll see what they do. They've lost some key players, but they seem to always be stacked.
And we will be seeing a lot of them. They have reached out to the OH Report, and we will likely be contracting with them to bring you all of their home games for boys and girls. Lady Tigers, nice through ball.
Oh, beautiful pass. And that ball kicked out by Shelby, so Tigers able to set up their offense.
It's a good chance for Mansfield to kind of flip the field here. They've been living in their end for the last several minutes.
Let's see if the TY Tigers can take the lead here right before the half.
Mansfield crashing inside of the 18, had it taken away, but staying with it. Here comes Merrill, sends it out wide. Duncan.
And the Tigers looks like we'll get their first corner.
Yes, they will.
Yes, they will. So it's going to be interesting to see this corner because the wind is blowing towards the Shelby goal here. If they can get it far enough out in front of the net, that wind's just going to carry it towards the net.
And it's going to be Ariana Merrill. It's going to take the kick.
Number 10, Ariana Merrill.
And I don't think you can do what she just did, but the officials let it fly, and it ends up into the hands of the keeper, Alyssa Neal. This is definitely illegal.
Kicked it into herself. Nonetheless, it's a save. And we play on. Maybe there was some rainwater in the ref's eyes, with the blowing wind and everything. Oh, it just slips. That'll be a goal kick.
So
10 minutes remaining here. Opening half. It's been an entertaining first half so far as well, Brian. Both teams with multiple scoring chances. We've had multiple goals from both sides already. And like we said, these teams are young, but they're all throwing it out on the line right now. As watch the wind just completely killed that pass. Wind's really picking up. Feel bad for our tent down there. It's probably gonna get blown away again.
yeah, I know it's tough to tell on the cameras here, but my goodness, the wind is howling down on the field as Neal's coming way out of net.
As Mansfield Senior trying to keep it inside their own end, but it was kicked out by Shelby, so they will keep it here with 9 minutes left in the first half.
So Lady Tigers staying on the attack.
Number 6, Zoe Reap will throw the ball in.
It's going to be the lone senior Reap on the throw-in. Whip is now coming back the other way. And Arizona Grazil, she's been pretty quiet. We heard a lot about her before the match. She's had the one nice shot attempt in the opening minutes and hasn't done much other than that. So Mansfield's done a nice job of pressuring her and not giving her opportunities when she's got into the attacking third.
Yeah, definitely. Mansfield Senior's done a really good job of keying on her, but her teammates have really picked it up. Wilkins and Gwirtz, both with goals for the Lady Whippets. So multiple scoring possibilities on their side.
Tigers getting back on the prowl. Merrill weaving through traffic
through
again.
Ball.
Set up and
Nice save.
Another nice save, my deal.
The 10th shot on goal by the TY Tigers tonight. We're only in the first half.
Mansfield Senior shot on goal, saved by
And I really like the
Neal.
moves there by Ariel Merrill, setting it up for Ariana Merrill.
A lot of Merrills in this one.
Reap tried to clear, but right to the feet of the Shelby player. And so the Lady Whippets back with possession.
It's going to be interesting to see in the second half, especially when Shelby has the wind to their back with the speed that they have, how they can take advantage of that, because Mansfield Senior's been taking advantage of it so far here in the first half.
Foltz carrying all the way across the field. Tried to hook up with Duncan there. Didn't measure it very well, but the
Stayed
ball,
in bounds, yeah.
the moisture stopped it.
So it'll be the Lady Whippets with the throw-in.
Throwing the ball in for Shelby, number 18.
So
Destiny
Duncan takes it
Gazillion.
away. Whippets can't clear as that one ricocheted off of Merrill.
We have a substitution for the Lady Whippets. One of the few that we've seen so far.
Detillion throws it in again.
And then once again, Lady Whippets unable to get it out.
Now Gortz looking for options. And Wilkins still working it here down the near side. No
Can't get
options,
across.
though.
She slipped up. It looked like she was trying to pass it towards, I see a couple Lady Whippets out there in the middle of the 18. Wirtz right there at the top. Looked like she was going to cross it to her, but slipped. Really didn't get anything on the pass.
Now Grazil found Gortz.
That'll just be kicked out of bounds. So we see some fans gathering outside the fence here.
Wilkins will throw the ball in.
Pretty nice crowd for this senior night despite the weather, Brian.
Yeah, no question about it. A lot of umbrellas, of course, in the stands. A lot of rain jackets. And a lot of wind. We weren't really necessarily expecting the conditions to be quite like this.
Yeah, we didn't have any storms go through today, just a lot of rain. But like we said, when we were setting up that tent down there earlier, I almost got taken away with it, holding it down. Just out of nowhere, the wind started picking up. This will be the 5th corner kick for the Lady Whippets.
And a substitution for them, Kendall Parsons into the matchup. Molly Hall's going to sit down for a couple of minutes.
4 minutes left here in the first half, and she slips as she kicks it, allowing the Tigers, kick it out of bounds. So Lady Whippets unable to convert on the corner.
Throw in by Mary Mayer.
Big throw in coming in from Mayer. And another slip as Foltz unloads one. And she's got a friend. Charging forward is Merrill.
She has an open shot. She can take it.
She's already got one goal
nice
tonight.
move.
Sets it back up for the right foot.
Just over the top of the net.
Lady Tigers shot on goal by number
What a
10,
move she puts
Ariana
on there, though.
Yeah, I know it's easy for me to say from up here, but I'd like to see her try to keep that one on the ground if she can.
And after the move she made, she could have taken a couple extra dribbles, but you never know. She might have slipped on there. But that was a heck of a move by the freshman. And something that Coach Gregory said, he didn't want them just kicking the ball, and she made the move instead of taking that a fast shot there.
Foltz uncorks one. Sidewinder, you see she had some nice spin on that one.
Shot on goal by number 3, Brooklyn Foltz. Saved by Alyssa Neal.
So Foltz having a pretty solid first half.
Getting a lot of open looks, too. We have a foul on Mansfield Senior.
Yeah, it was on the push probably about 10 seconds ago where Ariel Merrill ran into the defender.
And escorts of Zoe Reek to please report to the gate at the center of the field, please.
Now the Whippets give and go. Gortz and Albert, who's forced out wide. Defended here by Gibson. Tries to turn the corner but runs into a host of Tigers.
So let's see if the Tigers can get another defensive stand here before the half, or can Shelby capitalize and take the lead?
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to play in the half.
And that's kicked out of bounds and off of one of the assistants for Shelby.
Mayer off the throw-in. Now deflected back to Albert. Oh, misplayed. Grazel with a chance here. Did a nice way to kind of dice her way through the defense. And the Tigers can't seem to clear.
Little pinball action going on.
This is a big opportunity here for Shelby with just $1:20 to go. If they can get a goal and be on top, imagine that's going to do a lot for them heading into the second half. But Mansfield finally able to gain possession.
Ariel with a nice move to get that clear of the 18.
1 minute remaining in the half.
Now it's the Tigers with a chance here before the half.
Foltz on the counter. It's a 3-on-5. Sends it back to Gerber. She punches one through. Now flick forward by Nice. Down to 40 seconds to play.
Another nice defensive stop by Merrill.
Now Gerber sends one off the defender. So potential here for Ariana.
Oh, another nice cutback. Just flicked back to the goalie, though.
And Neal comes out and makes a diving stop. And that last little punch by Alexis Booker is what made the difference. If not, would have been one-on-one once again for Merrill.
That was a really smart play by the freshman to just flick it back before we could get the kick on net, and that'll do it for the first half. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, it was a fun first 40 minutes. Saw Shelby take the lead, and then back and forth they went. So, you know, great 40 minutes were in store for, I think, an exciting second half as well. Take a timeout. We'll be back here with our halftime analysis. Get you ready for half number 2 on the OH Report.
27 seconds. Number 3, Richland County.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
to the Malabar Soccer Complex for senior night. The seniors for Shelby High School, number 12, Cassidy Wilkins. Number 5, Zoe Wallace. And number 11, Mary Mayer. Congratulations to the three of you as you move on to your future. And now, let's meet the senior from Mansfield Seniors, Lady Tygers. Number 6, Zoe Reap. Zoe is being escorted by her mother, Lisa Borick, and her dad, Matt Reap. She's been involved in girls' varsity soccer for 4 years. Her other extracurricular activity is doing stats for wrestling. Zoe's future plans are to attend college for art and pursue a career as a tattoo artist and special effects makeup artist. Her advice to underclassmen is to make the most of it while you can. They weren't lying when they said that the 4 years of high school go by fast. Zoe has worked at the Trail of Nightmares for 5 years as a scare actor and special effects makeup artist. She likes animal crackers a lot. She'd like to thank her parents and brother for always supporting her. She also would like to thank Michaela for giving her tape for her shin guards and always for supporting her. And another thanks to Meredith for the Takis. That's number 6, Zoe Reap. Once again, we want to honor those seniors who have given many hours and years of sweat, tears, and pain and joy to give their best efforts to their schools. We also honor their parents of those seniors who have put hundreds of miles on their cars, provided support and a shoulder to lean on in bad times, as well as praise and encouragement in good times. Congratulations to all of you. Now, let's have one more huge round of applause for the seniors from both Shelby High School and Mansfield Senior High School.
It's halftime here at Mehock Field, where we have got a tie on our hands right now. Lady Whippets and TY Tygers all square at 2 apiece as we take a look at the halftime stats. And, offense was definitely, it was in motion for both sides. Both of them had some big opportunities. The Tigers a few more than the Lady Whippets.
Yeah, a lot of shots on goal, especially there was a couple chances late, one over the post and another one just, solid job by Neal to, keep in front of it, make the save, especially with the wind coming at her face. Shelby, they had some quality chances too. 5 corner kicks, but just unable to convert. A couple of times, slipping on this slick surface, unable to get the correct kickoff. And then Mansfield Senior at the end, I don't know, can you call that a corner kick? The way they went on with that, but, it's been a quality match though. Shelby scoring, quickly answered by Mansfield Senior. Shelby scores again, and then a couple minutes later, Mansfield Senior with a counter punch. Both teams, trying to get ahead and then setting up their defense to try and sit on the lead, but they can't because both teams answering so quickly.
Yeah, I think Shelby probably won the time of possession, but Mansfield, I think, had the better build-up and the more better chances on goal. I like their opportunities a little bit better than what Shelby was able to produce. So I think a little bit of that is the Mansfield defense has done a nice job of, packing it in when Shelby gets on the attack into the 18, certainly. And the Tigers, I think they got some skilled girls up top, man. I really like some of these freshmen. Certainly Duncan and Merrill, they've got a nice connection. And then Brooklyn Fultz as well. Those three in particular, that really impressed me.
Yeah, and you know what? The play of Gabby Hamilton. This is her 7th match in goal, not counting the Ashland match, but the other 5. She's only allowed 5 goals in 5 matches. So the 2 by Shelby pretty impressive on their end because quality goaltender in Gabby Hamilton.
This one kept in bounds by Duncan.
It's going to be interesting to see on this half how Mansfield Senior plays it because they have the wind against them now. Shelby with the wind to the back, see if they can use that with their speed. Just how the wind, that was hit the right side of the net, and it's 20 feet to the left of the post. As you see the replay, just that wind carried it. It almost carried it into the net.
Nil dove out wide, wasn't able to get a piece of it. Maybe she did, as it's going to set up a corner kick for the Lady Tigers, their 2nd here of the match. And you see the stick there, how far it's bent over to the side. I don't have an answer for what's going on with the corners.
It was touched by Mansfield Senior, but then you know what I think? It was Mansfield Senior saying that wasn't touched by the goaltender. We'll just kick it in, let Shelby, little gamesmanship right there.
Well, I sure hope not, because the officials are part of the game, and I don't like the
honesty
if you're the Tigers there.
Know.
I mean, if they say it's your corner,
that's the best answer I have, because
you take a corner.
I have no idea.
That's a nice shot, and it felt like it got caught up in the air a little bit from Duncan.
So watch the replay. Nice pass.
Aubrey Duncan.
Yeah, she had a big windup, but again, you see it just kind of like floated on her.
So the Tigers with a throw in. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the second half.
Alexia Gerber with the throw in.
Mansfield was weaving their way through the defense. Now the Whippets off the turnover, looking to get on the counter attack. But you see how packed in that Tigers D is. Punched out here on the near side. Coming over to make the play was Destiny Distillion, so throw-in coming up here for Reap, who's just honored at halftime. Nice ceremony. I don't know that I've seen a halftime senior display before.
It was very nice. I like how they did that too, because all the fans were seated after the start of the match, so she had quite the crowd watch her, and congratulate her on her 4 years at Mansfield Senior.
Duncan skips that one into the hands of Neal.
Alyssa Neal kicks the ball back into play. Usually those things happen how far before the game starts and nobody's here.
And the Mansfield Senior, the squad showing some craftsmanship too. They made a nice little archway for her with some balloons and whatnot. Cool way to recognize your senior here on senior night.
Probably even made by some of the students in shop class.
Yeah. And then Mansfield Senior nice enough to give flowers to the Shelby seniors, as they were recognized as well.
Duncan ricochets it off the shin guards of Distillion.
That's pretty much the only play she could make right there, too, to retain possession for Mansfield Senior. Now allows them to set their offense up. However, it does allow Shelby to set their defense up as well.
Throw in comes from Zoe.
That was deflected, so with TY Tigers with their 3rd corner kick of the game coming up.
We'll see if they kick a corner. Maybe there's new rules for tonight's match that I'm unaware of. It's going to be Alexia Gerber.
She, in fact, does get it out there right up top.
And that one kept on the ground by Brooklyn Foltz. Neal had no problems with it. But another shot on goal for Mansfield. Neal punts it, takes a skip at midfield. Whippet's handle. And Tigers defense, again, packing it in. They got 5 players back there.
And that was deflected off a Tiger defender. So Shelby with their first corner of the second half.
Whippet's making a quick substitution.
Arizona Grazel will take the
Detillion taking a seat. And here is the freshman Arizona.
Deflected out, and that will be a goal kick. Nope.
It's going to be another corner, Travis. And, you know, we've seen both sides when they've actually taken these corner opportunities. I mean, neither side really has a player that can play it into the box. They've really struggled with these set pieces.
Yeah, they can't.
I mean, they're
not
15 yards short of getting it to where they're trying to.
Yeah, and that just shows you the youth, as they're going to get another one. It just shows the youth not, I guess, strong enough quite yet to get it there. And also, wind could be a factor, too, as you see the flag actually blowing into the face of this kicker. So, really, the elements, too, playing a factor tonight.
Tigers pressing forward on the counterattack. This one pushed through. We'll see if Ariana Merrill can do something with it. She's got Duncan behind her as she turns inside, but taken away.
Once again, she used that move, but this time Molly Hall was behind her to recover and take it away.
Duncan gets it back, sets up the cross. Neal slides down to her knees and scoops it up.
That was a smart play by her to come out before the cross could get to its receiver.
Grazel now to the middle and Gwertz.
She's going to have a chance. Keeps it in.
Just blew right past it, though. And Shelby not really bringing numbers forward. We've got 4 players standing back by midfield as Grazel crosses it, but I mean, there's nobody coming into the box for the Whippets. I'm a little perplexed by this offense.
3 players in the box at the moment. Oh, and that's going to be foul. That's going to be outside the box, I believe.
Yeah, that was Sophie Neese who took a dive. So they will get a chance to set up the free kick here. It's going to be a tough angle if they want to get a shot on net, as the Tigers are going to set up a wall.
As you watch the replay here on split screen.
Shelby free kick will be taken by number 15, Arizona Grazel.
So Grazel keeps it low, not very well placed.
Yeah, she kicked it too far out in front. Only ones there were the ones in orange. Nice play on the ball there.
Yeah, Mary got bumped out of the way by Ariel Merrill. And now Neese just unloads one.
Oh, she's going to have an opening.
Here comes Brooklyn Gwertz. She's got a chance one-on-one with the keep. And the shot can't find the target.
Shelby shot taken by Brooklyn Gwertz.
Well pressured that time there by Brennan Mills.
Yeah, she was able to get there just at the last second to really deflect that away. And Brennan actually, to start the year, was the goalkeeper for Mansfield Senior. now turned center back.
And Lady Tigers feel like they've competed pretty well with just about everyone this year, with the exception of Ashland, of course, Madison Lady Rams, who are very dominant, and then Lexington. They said outside of those 3 OCC matchups that they feel like they belonged on the field with each and every one of their opponents. And, you know, certainly here tonight, all square with the Shelby Whippets, showing that they can go toe-to-toe with these ladies as well.
Yeah, the Mount Vernon matchup, it was 6-2 at the end, but it was 3-2 Mount Vernon going into the half. Mount Vernon's coach actually came over to Coach Gregory and said, "You guys are so improved. I have to compliment you. I don't know what to do right now because we're so used to you guys, you know, being up 6-0 at the break. I don't know what to do right now. I've never been in this situation with you guys." So big compliment there to the Mansfield Senior squad, is they're improving.
"11 minutes gone by here in the second half. And it was right about at this portion of the first half where we saw all those flurry of goals, one after another, all of them coming within 8 minutes of each other. Wilkins with the first. Merrill then tied it up. Gwertz put the Lady Whippets back on top. And then a few minutes later, Foltz with her goal has put us at the score that we're at this moment. Nice to the middle, and now Albert. 3 Lady Tigers around her.
Still gets a shot on net. Oh, just off to the right side. Some of the fans thought that went in, but no, it was just right of the post.
That was Brooklyn Gwertz with the shot attempt.
That wind once again just curved it just enough to go right of the net.
Yeah, and Brooklyn smoked that one. Second leading scorer on this team, sitting at 6 goals on the season with her score tonight. Now here comes a chance for the Tigers.
That was a smart play to set up the offense instead of taking it herself.
Off the deflect.
Recover.
Yeah, Whippets look like they're going to clear.
Oh, mishandle though.
Then some miscommunication. Yep, it looked like Foltz thought perhaps that Merrill was going to go after it, and they both just let it stay there. Now Duncan with the quick first step.
Nice
She
cross.
says the cross off the crossbar.
Mansfield Senior shot on goal by number 22, Aubrey Duncan.
Number 14 for the night for Mansfield Senior in shots on goal.
A lot of space here for Albert. Squirts actually showing the speed, trying to get by Kingman. Cross to the middle, takes a bounce. Arizona was there.
5 Lady Tigers in the box right now defensively. Shelby set up around the box, but just couldn't get a shot on the net.
Now the Tigers defense will clear. You see the energy from Brooklyn Foltz, always going full speed after the ball.
Alexia Gerber will throw the ball in.
Neither team right now really establishing possession as Arizona now turns to the middle. Gwertz back out wide. Nice pass. Good give and go.
Bad angle, however, on the shot on net.
Gobbled up by Gabby Hamilton Johnson.
Saved by Gabby Hamilton Johnson.
The 55th minute here. Still tied at 2.
Cold night here at Malabar. Rain still coming down. So imagine the conditions down there. Bit slippery, soggy field.
Zoe Reek will throw the ball in.
Though really in great shape.
Yeah, this field drains well. I know we had a lot of puddles, that torrential downpour we had before the game, and now it's pretty much dried up. A couple stray showers still coming through the area, so looks like we're going to have some rain for the rest of this match.
Adriana Albert throws the ball in.
The ball just goes over the touchline. So Lady Tigers going to throw it in here on the near side. Brennan Mills with the ball. Actually, that's Michaela Gibson.
Kayla Gibson throws the ball in.
Back to her. Then she gets it to Merrill. Pressured. Trying to work her way through a double team, but taken away. Options for the Whippets in the middle. That's Grossel.
4 Tigers, though, however, right there to prevent anything from happening, but another corner kick for Shelby.
Haven't been very dangerous with those here today. I mean, we've seen some very interesting corners.
Grossel with the attempt here. Just unable to get it inside the box.
And I'm actually kind of surprised that they're not bringing somebody here near for her.
Kind of a give and go type deal, yeah.
Just get it in and then try to set up your offense, because I mean she's had 5 attempts and has been nowhere close to delivering it to one of her offensive threats. Or you can just tap it into yourself, evidently tonight.
Yeah.
And that time, just losing the grip before the throw.
This has been a unique match, to say the least.
Duncan showing off the foot skills. Albert gets pressured, so she gives it back. Nice sends one forward. Now the Tigers pushing it into the box. Hall's got to come back for it.
Able to get by Duncan. Clear it out. Nice give and go there.
So Albert got Gortz to her right. Garcia Perez in the middle. Along with Grotzel if she can get the cross. Trying to turn the corner. And
it's going to be a corner.
Yeah, it's taken away by Mills.
Kingman did a good job of preventing her from taking it to the net, but deflected.
Lady Whippet corner kick will be taken by number 4, Mary Wilkins.
So Wilkins strikes near side. First touch made by Mayer.
That's going to be a goal kick.
Approaching the midway point here of the second half. Tigers looking for their second straight win. Shelby winners in 3 of their last 4. Trying to keep the good times rolling as well.
2 up-and-coming squads here in Richland County. Maybe a couple years until we really see them doing things, but it's nice seeing them succeed the way they are right now.
Yeah, if everybody on both rosters sticks with soccer, you imagine this match in about 2 years is going to be a lot more competitive. I mean, it's a competitive match, of course, tied up, but I mean, the level, the talent.
Circle the date now, Brian, a couple years from now.
Haven't had very many whistles here tonight. Been a pretty clean match for the most part. This one's going to go against Mansfield Senior.
Adriana Albert takes free kick for Shelby.
A light drizzle falling down right now.
Not as bad as it, has
Oh,
been
no,
throughout the
not
night.
at
No,
all.
this is
The wind, however,
about
big
as clear as it's
factor.
been, but yeah. Wind has been blowing all evening. Tigers coming up with the throw-in from the far side. Inbounds to Merrill.
Defense has really picked up here in the last couple of minutes. We really haven't seen many shots on net like the flurry that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, we haven't seen quite the build-up that Mansfield was able to generate, certainly in that first half. There was about a 10-minute stretch where they were doing well, winning their one-on-one matchups. Ariana Merrill was superb. And now here comes Gwertz, trying to get some offense started for the Lady Whippets. She sends it middle. Garcia Perez locked up in a battle. And it's going to get deflected off of her, setting up a goal kick.
So this Mansfield Senior defense bend but not break right now.
And I'm going to guess that probably the conditions out here, a little bit cold. I think that's probably having some type of a factor here on the second half. Why it just hasn't been as crisp as what we saw in the first half. It's been a little bit more sloppy, the play.
Soggy like the ground.
And that one is, again, cleared out of bounds. So the Tigers defense has done well to keep Shelby away from at least getting in those one-on-one situations with the goalie. But we don't think we've seen one of those really at all tonight.
Maybe that flurry between the 28th and 20th minute of the first half, we've seen a couple, but other than that, really not in the last 40 minutes.
Because you see 5 orange jerseys right now, make it 6, all packed within the 18. The midfielder's not too far behind.
I know Coach Gregory said beforehand that he would switch back to 5 defensive players as the game went on. He hoped it would be with a lead, but right now he's getting it back, hoping to, I guess, at least play for a tie right now. But the way those forwards for Mansfield Senior have been playing, you never know, you can get a lucky one and then pull out the victory.
Yeah, just need a good, solid counterattack if you're the Tigers. That's where they've had their best luck on offense. Quick switch of the field. As Hamilton Johnson boots it. Big kick here. And now this one's set up for Gwertz. She's got space. She pushes it forward. Garcia Perez.
Whew,
but
just
diving
out
in.
Time.
Yeah, Hamilton Johnson. Just in the nick of time. Dives on it.
Gabby Hamilton Johnson will kick the ball.
You see Kelly Garcia Perez didn't want to barrel through over the top of the goalie. Lost her footing. Got a couple of chuckles from the fans here in the stands.
That'll be flicked just out of bounds. We have a substitution for the Lady Whippets. 15 minutes left here in this match.
And I think it's Grazel checking back in the match. Their leading scorer. Who has not quite had the night that at least I was expecting. Just looking at the statistics coming into the game, 10 goals, 22 total points. And the Tigers have done a nice job to hold her in check.
Yeah, they've keyed up on her really well tonight. But, her supporting cast has really picked her up as we're tied at 2.
Looked like Mayer got tangled up down on the far sideline with Foltz. And it's going to be a Lady Tiger throw-in. Actually, a free kick as she drew the whistle.
And just a couple of minutes ago, I believe we saw her first offsides of the match occurred. So that's something that, at least on that part of the game, has been cleaned by both sides.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen the referees not involved
Not that many
very
fouls
often tonight.
And you might see that with young squads, some of those mistakes, but despite both sides being pretty young, they're playing some fundamentally sound, I guess you could say, soccer when it comes to fouling and offsides and stuff like that.
As Duncan pushes one into Whippet territory. Just have not been able to generate the style of counterattacks that we saw in the first half. Though Duncan has done well to win a lot of her one-on-one situations, and I like her game, her style. She kind of lulls the defender to sleep. She goes real slow, and bam.
Goes. Yeah,
yep.
Exactly. Can they get the cross here?
Well, the problem for Shelby has been that, I mean, at least from my perspective, and I don't know what the game plan is, of course, but the midfielders, they're just not, when the forwards have the opportunities out on the wings, they don't have anybody to pass to on the cross. They're about 6 yards behind. So it's basically just been Albert and Gwertz working really, really hard to get the ball up into the teeth of the Tigers defense, and then they don't have any other options when they get there. So I don't know if it's by design or if it's just been fatigue perhaps setting in for the Lady Whippets here in the second half, but just very limited offense and limited options for both Gwertz and Albert when they've gotten into the attacking third in the second half.
It just seems like on both sides, everybody's not in sync with each other.
Alexia Gerber will throw the ball in.
So Lady Whippets with the throw from the far side. And Grotzel sends one across the front of the net.
Not played by the keeper, so it'll be a goal kick.
Arizona Grotzel with the shot for Shelby. Gabby Hamilton-Johnson will take the goal kick.
Under 12 minutes to play here.
And I'm going to be curious to see here over about the last 10 minutes if either of these sides elect to get a little bit more aggressive, send more players on the attack, because they've both been very defensive-minded, certainly I would say in this second half. So are you going to play for the tie here, or are you going to try to go for the goal? So that's always a tough decision in soccer. How aggressive do you really want to get here over the last 11 minutes?
And I mean, we've seen it with Mansfield Senior playing 5 defensemen back in the box the whole time. Now it looks like they're pressing a couple of them up here inside at least the midfield line. And it's Shelby that'll have 4 in the box.
This one booted down the near side. Gwertz on the dead sprint.
Oh, Shelby's going to have a chance here.
But again, Gwertz all by herself as she's been this entire second half. Nobody available. And when it's a 1-on-5, I mean, she's got to be exhausted.
Yeah.
Look at no other white jerseys in the picture except for the trailing Arizona Grotzel.
And Kingman was there really to throw that shot, that kick off a little bit. As
it was deflected, so it's going to be a corner kick for Shelby.
Their 10th of the night.
See if Grotzel has a little bit better luck with this one. She plays it. That's headed up. Dangerous ball in the 8, or inside the 6, I should say. Now Grotzel to Nice. Sophie Nice spins one.
Oh, good ball, but she stopped running.
Here's that ball that landed inside of the 6. You see Garcia Perez taking a stab at it. She was the closest Lady Whippet.
Yeah, there were 4 Lady Tigers surrounding her, however, so she really couldn't get a good shot off.
And that's about as good of a chance as we've seen on either side here in the second half. Very few opportunities.
By far.
Tigers having a tough time getting it out of their end. But Nice with the turnover. And looking to get on the counterattack is Mansfield.
It's Merrill once again.
Ariel Merrill looking to take on the entire defensive
Still has a little
line.
bit left. Oh, just couldn't get off a clean shot.
But she got quadruple teams.
Yeah.
Definitely got through 3 defenders. And then well played there by Molly Hall to get a foot on it at the last moment.
Yeah, the very last moment. That could have been the goal to pull away.
Gabby Hamilton-Johnson with the goal kick.
Goal kick right to Gordons. Now Holtz going to make a play, but she turns it over.
Turnover there by the TY Tigers. Shelby tried to reset, kicked back in. And now Shelby does have numbers.
Poked out, stepping up and making a play there was Mills.
That'll be a throw for the Tigers at midfield.
Alexia Gerber will throw the ball in.
And it's going to be Gerber. Tried to hook up with Foltz down the far sideline.
7 minutes left here in this match.
Gerber will throw the ball back.
Tied at 2. I mean, despite the lack of shots on goal, Shelby has really controlled the second half.
Bit of a cluster there. Like to see him have a little bit better spacing.
Oh,
As this one
completely
squeaks
whiffed.
through. And Grosnell locked up with Mills. And the whistle is going to go against Arizona.
Lady Whippets bringing another sub in.
Will be taken by number 10, Ariana Merrill.
And I think in a lot of these one-on-one situations, particularly with the Tigers defenders, I mean, they have some good-sized kids, and they're just more physical than that of the Shelby players. So when they've gotten into the box, as this one sent from out wide, and the keeper not playing it with their hands. Interesting play, but Hamilton comes up with the stop.
Whatever works, right, Brian?
Check this out.
I think it kind of threw her off guard that she shot it at the net. I think she was expecting a couple more dribbles or maybe a pass, but then came right at her.
So Foltz with a head of steam, coming back middle to the center, and Merrill shifts it out wide to Duncan now. She sends one. Oh,
just over the net.
Just missed it.
Oh,
you see the frustration. How close was that?
Oh, my goodness. Watch the replay. Oh, just... You see the frustration because she thought she had it too.
Yeah, that's been the best build-up for Mansfield here in this second half. And I liked how they reversed the field, all set up by Brooklyn Foltz, who this time crosses it and doesn't have anybody there, but back to her. And over the end line, out of play. So no score here in the second half after we had a flurry there in the first. 4 goals in 8 minutes and nothing since the 20-minute mark of the first half. So we've almost gone a full hour of action without any scores.
We're finally seeing the TY Tigers with some offense. Really haven't seen that much here in the second half.
No,
with only 4 minutes remaining.
Shelby's really done well, I think, to at least control the possession.
That's a strong shot, but saved.
Nail right in the perfect spot for that one.
The 16th shot by Mansfield Senior tonight. 13 saves by Shelby, 2 went into the net, and then 1 went off the bar.
Good speed shown here by Brooklyn Gwertz. Turns the corner.
Just ran out of steam there. Brian overran the ball, and Mansfield Senior flicks it away.
So off the throw-in, a turnover. Shelby had a crack at it, back and forth.
Three minutes left.
From the top of the box, first touch, Albert.
Nearly a handball there.
Now the Tigers just looking to clear.
And you can see the fatigue really setting in for both sides.
I got to imagine, yeah, they're cold out there. It's been windy too.
Rain's starting to come down harder again.
And here comes Arizona.
Deflected away.
Now the setup, the shot. Kicked out of there by the keep. Playing it like a hockey goalie
exactly.
Here over the last couple minutes.
Whatever works, Brian.
So Gabby Hamilton keeping the slate clean here in the second half in a variety of different methods. Like her style. And the rain, now it's starting to come back down, Travis.
Yeah, you just had a feeling that Mother Nature had one last little burst in her.
She's going to find her second wind. Oh, well played. Grozzel trying to chase it down. Had to bring Hamilton Johnson off the line.
Somehow that stays in play in the Tigers.
And I'm not sure why Brennan Mills, nobody was pressuring her. She just booted that one out of bounds.
That's where you wanted to see them play kickball there. Just boot it back down the other end.
So Grozzel to the corner. Looks to make a turn. Sends it.
Stolen away.
And how about that? She was on sides. Was Merrill when that pass came. So here comes Ariel.
For the win.
One-on-one. Oh!
Got it! No! Side of the net. I thought that went in.
Yeah, that was just a little bit wide, Travis. That was...
Oh boy. It hit. Watch the replay. It got caught in the side of the net, so I thought it went in.
See, yeah, beautiful build-up. Ariel Merrill. Looked like she got a little tug on the back of her jersey from Booker. And then...
Oh. Just off the side. That couldn't have gone any closer, Brian. And even if that hits the post, it probably comes back out to her for a second attempt. Mere inches. 25 seconds left.
Yeah, that might be the last opportunity that Mansfield's going to get, but who knows? Ooh, getting physical out there as Mary Mayer doing some pushing and some shoving on the Shelby side.
Oh, nice move. Oh, and she just kicks it on net. They're going to get a corner, but I don't think it's going to be enough time.
Yeah, they're not going to have enough time for that, Travis. But, man, well, what a finish to this match. What a near game winner set up by Ariel Merrill. But that's going to bring us to the end of tonight's match. 2 for Shelby, 2 for Mansfield Senior. Good soccer here played at Mehock Field. Take a quick timeout, get some stats and some analysis prepared for you folks, and we'll close things out. OH Report, post-game coverage, coming back here in just a second.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community. I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
As we welcome you back to Mehock Field, I have got Mary Mayer with me, the Shelby Senior, celebrating senior night tonight on the road. First off, tell me about the halftime festivities. I don't know that I've really ever seen a senior showcase at halftime. What was that experience like for you?
It was really nice of them. They got us stuff. They gave us some stuff, some flowers. Gave it to my mom. Yeah.
All right, talk to me about the conditions of the match. I mean, obviously, it was raining really hard out there. It was windy. How much of the elements really played into, the back and forth that you girls had.
Right. So this is our actually first game we were like in the rain. So, and we're really young. We have a lot of freshmen. So it's kind of a new feel for them too, like how quick the ball goes. But I think we did pretty good, like considering it was all their first time. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is your first time playing a varsity schedule for
Yeah.
the entire program, so I know it's exciting. The success that you guys have had over about the last 5 matches, you've got 3 wins and a couple of ties now. Just tell me about the development of the team, maybe from last year up to this point right now. How far have you girls come?
Last year this is our first scrimmage was here. They killed us. I think it was like 13-0. They like literally were telling us how to play soccer. So it's just feels amazing to come out, tie them, and yeah.
So how exciting is it for you as a program to go from there, from where it's 13-0 in your
Yeah.
first scrimmage to the point now where, I mean, you girls had the lead at a couple of points here in the match tonight, and you're really taking some solid steps.
Yeah. So actually, we can place third in our league. So that's
Wow.
awesome. Like considering it's all of our second year playing, except one girl, I think she's played. She came from Madison. So
All right, so what's next for Lady Whippets? Where do you need to go from here to keep taking that next step and continue to improve?
our big game we have against River Valley. We need that dub there.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us,
thank you.
Mary. Appreciate you coming on the OH Report.
Yep.
Congrats on the draw.
Thank you.
All right, I will take your headset. I'll let you get out of here. Go get dry. Thank you. And we've got another senior, Zoe Reap, is going to come in here. Go ahead and throw that on. Talk to me about senior night and what it was like for you today.
It was kind of different from the senior nights that I've seen in the past because I've played for this is my 4th year playing. So we normally do it before the game starts. So it's kind of different to do it during halftime. It was a
Sure.
little odd, but it's kind of weird also being like the only senior on the team because you see all the other seniors from the past years. There's like 5 or 6 of them every year, and then
Right.
this year there's just me, and it's kind of shocking because like you always watch the seniors when you're like a freshman or a sophomore and you're like, oh, that's so far away, and then and now look and you're like, oh, it's here, and now the season's coming to an end soon, so it's kind of shocking. And yeah.
Yeah, you blink and then you're, the top dog on the food chain. Explain that role to me, being the only senior on the team, and how much do the younger girls look up to you in terms of like leadership and just, kind of carrying that burden on your shoulders?
It's kind of a lot. I feel like because there's so many freshmen, because we have 9 freshmen,
Right.
and we have 4 juniors that can play. We have 1 that can't play, and we don't have any sophomores. So I think because there's so many freshmen, they don't look up just to me. They look up to the juniors too. They depend on all of us for that kind of support, and they depend on us to help them on the field. And I think that we all get along like really well, and that I think we've been working really well together for sure.
Talk about the development of the team. You have a first-year head coach, has no varsity experience until this year. You got off to a bit of a shaky start, 7 straight losses, but now, coming off of a win against Clyde, and
Yeah.
then you draw here against Shelby. It seems like you girls are progressing. Tell me about the season up to this point.
So when we started our practices in the spring, it was kind of towards like the end. It was towards, I think, the end of June, early July. We started getting together. It was me and like Michaela Gibson and the other juniors. We kind of like worked together, and she was like, hey, we should start practices. Like, so when we get a coach, there's someone there. He already knows we've been working, he or she. And then it was that went on for a few weeks before we got a coach, and we were getting kind of worried. We're like, oh. And then Myron showed up, and that's not the coach I expected. I expected them to just be like, here's somebody. And Myron came in and he said he's been coaching for the crew and he works for them, and he's definitely taught us a lot. He's got a system, and he's definitely drilled it into our brains, and we've been working really hard. And I know it was difficult for him to come in late and to get a team that's a bunch of freshmen. There's only 1 senior.
Sure.
There's about 5, 6 people that can play from the previous year. It's kind of difficult to work with that. And we did 2 weeks of 2-a-days,
Wow.
and to try and cram in all the time that we missed because we started so late. And I think we did get off on a rough start because we played some pretty challenging teams. Those are always tough teams. And I think it just took us a minute to really get down the chemistry of how to play a new way, play Myron's kind of way, and then to play with each other, because a lot of the freshmen, they've played together before, but they haven't necessarily played with me and the other juniors. Where we've played for 3 years together, they've been playing for all kinds of time together, and now we had to all learn how to work together. So I definitely think we've come a long way, and we're definitely getting there, and they're going to be really good next year. I have high hopes for the team in the future.
Well, definitely, yeah. It seems like the team has been developing, and you girls played quite a game tonight. So,
Yeah.
congratulations on your senior night and
Thank
getting the
you.
draw against Shelby.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much, Zoe Reap. All right, we're gonna let her go dry off. We'll go ahead and take a look at the final stats for tonight's contest as we welcome Travis Berardi back in. And I mean, a lot of offense. You look at 26 total shots on net, and you know, what I really liked about Mansfield Senior is the fact that they got girls they're not shy about going one-on-one. They got some good playmakers, and they certainly can. And then on the flip side for Shelby, I mean, the Lady Whippets, they had good teamwork. That just at times they didn't have anybody available for crosses. So I mean, I think I liked what we saw from both sides.
Yeah, with Shelby, you saw that speed from their forwards, but like you said, maybe outrunning some of their teammates, not getting that cross. But on the other side for Mansfield Senior, you saw some of that finesse, the able to reverse path real quick, break it off, try to get by the defender and take it to the net. So kind of a clash of two different styles tonight, and it ended in a tie.
Yeah, and just how far Shelby has come. You know, they just mentioned that, you know, that they got their butts kicked coming over here for their very first ever scrimmage, and now coming back here just 1 year later, playing them to a draw. So I think it's pretty exciting for this program, the steps that it's taken already to this point, you know, just basically a year and a half into their existence.
And like they said, they're fighting for third place, which is huge when you see the two top teams, Clear Fork, Ontario, but then it could be a fight for that third place spot. And if Shelby can do that in their first full year playing varsity, that's a huge accomplishment for them. And then on the other side, I love what Coach Gregory has done with this Mansfield Senior squad already. It seems like they've already made a turnaround. Like we've said throughout the broadcast, they've already impressed coaches with other coaches in the OCC, and you know, they're playing really tough soccer and really improving.
And I just love the attitude of Zoe Reap and the fact that she understands, man, so many freshmen on this team, you know, that they may not be having a great season in terms of wins and losses this year, but she can see the future, and she likes the development under this new coaching staff. And you know, just the fact as the only senior out here being a leader like that, I thought that was pretty special.
Yeah, good things to come for both squads.
All right, well, that's going to wrap things up here from Malabar, where we played to a draw tonight. Mansfield Lady Tigers 2, Shelby Lady Whippets 2. I'd like to thank our staff here tonight. Travis Berardi, along with Garrett Parlett, Storm Blunchley, Jory Hollenbeck, Adam Thompson, our producer, and myself, Brian Skowronski. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back on a live stream near you real soon.
Bye, guys.